just a clear force to be reckoned with. We're going to go with a neutral start.
Right.
Going up against Boyd. Boyd, I believe, also top 100 and has taken quite a few names over the past 12 months.
Yeah, he's looking to add perhaps his biggest to the list if he can get a hold of Zayn. Quite literally, if he went for it. But Zayn, well studied in this matchup, obviously, coming from a very ice climber heavy region and just growing up, you know, getting grabbed by ice climbers.
Yeah.
I think he just knows what to do and what not to do. So you probably are going to see a clinic.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Zayn, during his infamous come-up in MBVA, had a hit list, basically, of every top player that he had taken out, and the one that took the longest was Chu. Unsurprisingly, obviously, Chu, very consistent player, plays a character that is not necessarily the most intuitive matchup for a lot of characters. If you don't know the matchup specifically, then you are liable to lose to Chu. So Zayn eventually learned that matchup and slayed one of his demons in Chu, and since then has lost to very few, if any, ice climbers.
Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, scratching my head trying to think of the last time I saw him drop a set to an Ices.
It has happened. I don't know if it happened in 2018, but I know it happened in 2017. I can't remember against which Ices. I know it wasn't Chu.
It wasn't Chu.
It was a different Ices, but I can't remember who at this point. But yeah,
Was it Army?
It might have been Army. Yeah, actually, Army at SmashCon last year. That was it.
That's what it was.
So yeah, certainly Zayn not invincible versus Ices or anything like that, but much better at the matchup than he used to be once upon a time.
Yeah, he's very well schooled. You know, Zayn in general is one of the most studious players.
Oh yeah, nice. The classic Zayn pivot tipper.
Yeah, and right now, you know, he's taking the final exam. And he's showing you what he's learned over the years. And he's learned that he can just get this crisp grab into a wobble.
Yeah, that's what that's what he's learned.
And you got to hold that, man.
Nicely done from Boyd. We'll see if he can find another one or two of those. Might be a different story here, but Zayn's still in a strong lead.
Yeah, at least like for now, with wobbling still being in play at most tournaments, the ice climbers are always going to have that comeback potential.
Oh, wow.
Just as I said.
Zayn actually gets caught by a down throw down air, and for a character like Marth who can escape that relatively easily, that's got to be a little bit tilting for a player like Zayn, especially top 10 player. He knows better.
You saw him nod his head. He's like, I know better than that.
He definitely knows better, so he likely won't get caught by that setup again. But hey, man, that stock was huge to even this game back up.
Yeah, you even saw the little taunt there from Nana.
She knows.
Yeah, she's like, we're doing good.
Okay. Safe kill on Nana from Zayn. I like it. Oh, and again.
Oh, the pivot tips. It kind of sucks right there to be ice climbers, right? Like, you saw Popo. All he could do was just watch poor Nana get sliced, and like the character by himself is so limited. He had like nothing he could do except watch it. Getting some Infinity War flashbacks. You know, just watching your comrades fall.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty much the snap when you kill Nana. That's
yeah, that's actually a snap. 50% of the ice climbers population wiped out.
Oh man. All right, but yeah, Zayn has buckled down a little bit and is doing a lot better. If he can get this Nana kill, that's essentially securing the game.
Yeah, Nana's got to be at like 97% right now. Like obviously he doesn't have a percent display, which would be cool, but you know.
Shout out Project Slippy.
Yeah, Project Slips.
Ooh, Slips.
Slips. He slipped into a slice.
And okay, yeah. Zayn with some extra coverage there. If Nana had a double jump, she would have done it right when Zayn went for that fair. So he was ready for it. Smart stuff from Zayn, knowing kind of how the AI works. Nana's AI, very, very simple. Very, very calculated.
Yeah, I think Nana starts off as like a level 0 computer. That's like the joke, right?
Yeah, it gets better like the more damage. But some situations, Nana pretty much always does the same thing, which recovery being a big one. If Nana has her double jump, she'll always do it right by the edge.
Yeah, it's easy to predict.
Yeah.
Or it's not even predict, it's more of like a no.
Yeah, it's just matchup knowledge thing. And of course we got FD, so kind of surprised here. I assume that this is 2 out of... Okay, it's best of 5. I was wondering about that, because if this was 2 out of 3, I was like, Zayn, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, I was like, Zayn, you trying to make this interesting for the fans.
Yeah.
Is this like some kind of a silent protest? Are you pro wobbling? Well, he's getting wobbled right now, so maybe.
So that was the perfect storm for Boyd there. Zayn whiffs a forward smash, and he happens to be right next to him to get a grab, and Nana happened to just show up right next to him at the right time. It just really worked out nicely there from Boyd, but obviously it wouldn't have been possible without that overcommit from Zayn.
Yeah, the stars were kind of aligned for the wobble, but Zayn really just making a tactical error.
Yeah. He knows that he can't really be throwing those out too often either, but I mean, it's a delicate balance in Melee, right? Like, you obviously don't want to do unsafe stuff, but a lot of the times the unsafe stuff is what's going to net you the kill. It's what's going to put the momentum back in your favor. It's
going to get you some followers.
It's going to get you some followers.
People love when you do those crazy unsafe things.
It'll get you a clip on Reddit.
Exactly, like, #1 on Reddit.
No, it's a very delicate balance of doing one or the other, and knowing when to switch it up. But right there, great setup from Boyd with the desync Blizzard into Wobble, and he will have another stock here. Again, this is a 3 out of 5, so that's why FD is being played on right now.
Regardless of how you feel about wobbling itself, you can't really hate on these setups, because if you've been around playing Melee, especially at the level that Zayn has for as long as he has, we even talked a bit about how much he knows about this matchup, you know, you kind of know how this works, right? You know what's coming. You know what to do and what not to do, so...
You got to be familiar with it for sure at this point.
I think that ice climbers in general, they're very much the test for everybody. Like, how good are you playing? How on point are you?
Yeah.
Because if you're not playing well, you're going to find out against ice climbers, even if you do know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, no, it definitely, especially against a good wobbling ice climbers that knows the setups very well, it oftentimes just feels like an execution test. Like, if you're missing L cancels, anything like that, then you're probably going to lose. If you're not, then you're probably going to win.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it comes down to, honestly. But Zayn has not made too many specific technical errors. It's been more kind of the decision making.
Yeah, not a technical thing, more of a tactical thing.
Yeah. All right. Zayn with these very late spaced aerials, obviously trying to avoid that Z button.
Ooh,
and the up B.
That's going to lead to a wobble.
Yeah,
that hurts a little bit.
Yeah, you can kind of see it on Zayn's face. He was expecting something different there for sure.
Yeah, I think we're witnessing Zayn being recruited to a team wobbling band right before our eyes. But
it's hard to say for sure. I'm actually, it's a very like interesting subject. So regardless of how you feel about it, I think it's pretty cool how there's like legit arguments on both sides, and so many people feel so strongly about it on both sides who don't even play Ices. You know what I mean? There's a lot of non-Ices players who are very staunchly pro wobbling, who don't want it to be banned, to the extent that they'll argue for it. And that's just a crazy thing to see. I think that kind of speaks to the grassroots nature of Melee in general, that we all kind of have a hand in this. We all are slowly but surely putting this rule set together over, the past almost 20 years, and now it's still potentially being changed.
Yeah,
pretty crazy to see.
I think it was a player like Anti who said that like only in the Smash community will you see people arguing with top players about game-specific subjects. Like you won't see like a Street Fighter 5 like them arguing with Momochi or Punk.
Right.
But in Smash you'll see it, and you'll also see some crazy comebacks. At least Zayn kind of in the works of making one right now.
Yeah,
he's still got to take out the Sopo, but
got Nana out of the way for this stock. So if he can be careful here, then he could easily take it to last stock at least. But Boyd actually doing a pretty good job here, really picking his spots well. Obviously has a big percent lead to work with, but every little bit of percent that Boyd gets right now is super important. And
that's going to be it, the classic
combo.
Yeah, the clean Ken combo.
Clean Ken combo from Zayn. And now he's got a chance to take a 2-0 lead if he can pull this comeback. Okay.
If you're Boyd, I'm like, you kind of have to fight against like two different school of thoughts. Like, you might want to be careful but you also might want to try to stop this momentum as soon as possible, because Zayn is kind of feeling it right now.
Yeah, you can see he's doing nothing but aerials as well. He wants to stay as safe as possible, has not committed to a single ground move, and the classic Zayn edge cancel for a double dip dare on Nana. And all of a sudden, this is anyone's game.
Yeah, Boyd has to play these 2.5 minutes or however long it takes like a master Sopo. And look at that weight.
Oh man, Zayn is not committing to anything.
Wow.
Wow, and just the hammer coming down there to end that last stock. What a comeback from Zayn. And I really love just the difference between how Zayn was playing that last stock and the rest of the match. Zayn saw that he overcommitted stock 1, he threw out a forward smash, got wobbled for it. He overcommitted another stock, up B'd randomly in the air and got wobbled for it. Last stock, he was like, you know what? I'm not committing to anything.
Yeah.
I'm scared of commitment.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that's going to be like, hey, babe, are you ready to commit? We've been dating for 25 years.
No, Zayn's going to dash back on that real quick.
Yeah, he's a dash back. I'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I think we got a pretty good thing going right now.
Yeah, we don't need to define this. You know?
We're good right now. Why change a good thing?
Yeah.
That's
if it ain't broke.
That's pretty much Zayn's neutral.
Yeah. Oh, wow, he went for it like, you know what's funny about those confident hard reads is when you're wrong, you look like an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Like that just looked like somebody's been playing the game 2 weeks. You know, what are you up smashing over there? But if you're right, 7 million IQ plays.
Yeah,
so.
no, it looked like it might connect, and it actually would have been a combo if it had, but at that point, too, it's not a big risk when they're still in hit stun like that. If you miss, then basically back to neutral. No big loss.
Yeah, no biggie.
Especially when you have this big lead already like Zayn does.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You see him reel back in his seat. Everybody's always... Oh, okay. Wow. That's a wobble.
Great setups from Boyd, honestly. Just finding multiple different setups. Zayn got out of the Blizzard desync, but the Icicle desync got him.
Yeah. You know, a part of me wonders like how people would react. I think this was discussed before by somebody, I think it was Toph or Ed Wife or something. They were talking about the nature of getting wobbled and the process. And whereas, like, what if it was just like a grapple and then you just blew up when you're grabbed? You know what I mean? Kind of like a rest. Like when you're grabbed, it's just like,
it's just
boom.
instant.
Yeah.
I think that would be better, like, in a sense. So obviously that the down throw down air catching Zayn again. So as far as I know, I could be wrong about this, but I believe Marth can kind of just hold up and then double jump out of the down throw down air. I don't think it actually true combos in the way that Boyd's been able to get it on Zayn. So maybe Zayn's doing something incorrectly. Yeah. He might have to smash DI it though. I don't know for sure because I'm not super familiar with this precise matchup, but I feel like Marth can get out of that relatively easily. Easier than like Falco can, for example.
Yeah, definitely much easier than Falco. And, and you're right, he can get out of it relatively easily, but I think there was sort of like a DI cross-up. I think that he thought that he was getting hit one direction.
I see. And
he like DI'd for it. And he got hit in the other direction. Right. So, like, he was DIing the wrong, like, the right way to get regrabbed. I think that's what it was, basically.
Yeah. Could be. But, yeah, either way, this is a very close Game 3. Boyd needs to try to get on the board here to stay alive in winner's bracket.
We've seen how dangerous, like, any stock Zayn has could be, potentially.
Oh, man. Zayn putting on so much damage on both climbers right now, and again, staying very safe.
Yeah, he's, you know, again, he's taking to the skies. Not interested in this ground battle too much.
Nope.
He's throwing out aerials.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
You know what? He faked me out big time. I thought that he was going to go for, like, a Ken combo against Nana, but he was waiting.
Yeah,
waiting for the Sopo or the Popo to show up.
Smart. I think almost every Marth would have gone for the Ken combo there just to make sure Nana was dead, but Zayn very smartly was able to get a Popo kill off as well, but now he's getting wobbled, so we're back to even.
Yeah, relatively even game. Only 26% on Boyd. He could put himself on the board right now if he gets another grab. But instead he gets grabbed by Zayn.
Okay, and I think we're going to see, again, almost no ground moves from Zayn.
Yeah, and that was just death by 1,000 cuts right there against freaking Nana. Just, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and I kind of don't like the decision there by Boyd to just get a punish on Zayn's recovery. He kind of forced Zayn to recover on stage and get a little grab punish, but He could have potentially tried to save Nana, knowing that Zayn was recovering low like that. And in this situation, saving Nana is probably a lot more valuable than the 20% you're going to get off a grab combo as Sopo.
Yeah,
so
I agree. I think that especially when you're down 2 games already, like you kind of have to save her, right?
Yeah, it probably would have been the better move there, but he was in a rough spot regardless. I mean, if you do go off for a Nana save like that, it usually results in one or both of you still being punishable afterwards. So, and the forward air off the top will take it. Zayn with a calculated